All right, another episode of ConVersate After Dark. Tay, what's up with you?
Everything's going great with me. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. Tell people where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversates After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at CVAD the podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. Go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. Listen to past episodes. Make sure you tell a friend. So, Tay, let's do the icebreaker.
Okay. After extremely bad sex, your significant other asks you, how was it? What do you say?
I probably try to use the sandwich method and like give like a, compliment something. And then probably try to give the honest feedback. Because I mean, yeah, some people take it, receive, constructive criticism well, and
Mhm.
some don't. So you got to be very delicate. And then especially as a man talking to a woman, um, there are a few women, there's a lot of women. Um, Post sex is a very vulnerable moment with them. So you can't just like, hey man, listen, you was on top, dog. Like you gotta get that together, or I need you to whatever you try to say, that could be perceived as criticism. It's gonna hit extra hard when she's in a emotionally like vulnerable state. So
Mm.
I mean, you probably could work it in. Maybe it'd probably be better to work it in maybe like the next day. Like, hey, can we talk about last night? And it might be received better.
I get that. For a significant other, if it's just one night or like maybe every now and then something that's not a normal thing, I probably wouldn't be honest. I hate to say that, but I would probably just say it was okay. Okay. When I say okay, that usually means for me, that usually means it's not. People who know me, well, I don't know. I don't know anymore. People who know me used to know that that was the thing. I don't know if that's the case anymore. But anyway, yeah, I probably wouldn't say anything bad if it was just a one-off. But if it was something continuous, something that was happening continually, um, I'm not sure what I would say. Eventually, I would say something. And like you said, right after is not a good time for anybody. I don't think that's just women. I don't think that's a good time for anybody.
Well, I've
Um,
only been with women, so that's all I know.
no, I get that. And I'm saying because I don't think men handle constructive criticism all that well either. Especially in a vulnerable time.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would bring it up, but it probably wouldn't be right then and there. It would probably be in a time where we're not being sexual.
Yeah, I think either way it goes, you have to be very careful with it.
Hmm.
Because like again, people that when you have sex with somebody, that's as vulnerable as you can get.
Right.
I mean, at least physically. You may be able to keep yourself walled off emotionally or what have you, but yeah, it's just I think it's good though to improve sex, especially if like you really care about that person, or
Hmm.
or say, I would even say, friends with benefits. Like if you like, yo, how can we take it to a deeper level? What can we add to it? Because sometimes it's not about you're doing something bad. Maybe I need you to do something differently,
Hmm.
or can we add this to like? I'll be honest with you. I had a woman that told me like, yo, I need you to pull my hair when you hit it from the back, because when you pull my hair, it arches my body and you hit my spot better. And the first thing I wanted to say, because I was much younger then and I wasn't as secure with myself. First thing I wanted to say, well, then, well, bitch, who fuck pulling your hair that you know how to do this type of shit? That
Oh,
it hit your spot, right? Because I ain't never did it. But thankfully I was like, oh, okay, well, cool. Yeah, we'll put that in. And we did it, and we moved on or whatever. But it did sting a little because I think I'm human. So I'm thinking about, well, how do you know if I've never done it? What? It's true.
Okay, at a younger age, maybe, but at our age, we're
Look,
not anybody's first. So,
I get that. I get that.
okay.
And you're absolutely right. But again, I said, when I was the most comfortable in my skin. So it's like, yeah, I'm like, hey, look, it's that whole, what do they call it? Mary Madonna, virgin
No.
whore thing,
Mhm.
or what
Yeah.
have you. It's that whole deal.
Yeah, I get it. If it's something that just has to do with a preference that I like or um something that he could do differently, that type of stuff, I don't think is bad. So I could probably say that in the moment, like when it's happening. Do this. Maybe, tell him touch me this way, touch me here, stuff like that. But if it's something like a that's bad sex, that's where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so I'm not gonna say anything right now. I'll just wait.
Yeah, yeah. Because and for us as men, I mean, at this age, definitely, I would rather you tell me.
Hmm.
Everybody's body is different. Everybody likes different things. But if I'm doing something that general consensus is like, yo, that ain't it. I would rather you tell me, and then I could try to fix it. So at least I know not to carry that out with somebody else. And then I got this BDR, a bad dick report going around. Because that's the worst one. Not that
Right.
I have one, but that would be the worst I could imagine.
Yeah.
You ever gave somebody a bad dick report?
Um,
Like to your homegirls, like they ask, like, girl, how was it? And you'd be like, man, y'all talk about that type of shit? Because first of all, yeah, do you all talk about, like, say you meet a guy and you all are dating, right? And I guess dating, you're always like 50-50 whether it's going to be serious or not. But y'all dating, so y'all go ahead and y'all do the grown up. And you sitting there, you talking with your girls. Do you let them know, like, yeah, I mean, we had sex, it was just okay. Or are you critical of him, and then all of a sudden he becoming your man, and now your girl's looking at him crazy and shit. How do you handle that?
I don't think I've ever talked about my sex life with a significant other, like somebody I was actually in an actual relationship
But it
with my
hasn't gotten there
friend.
yet, though. It's like when it's developing. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right, I get you. I get you. Let me finish. I may have told them things we've tried, especially when I was younger, like if something was new or if I liked that act or not. But talking about his performance, no, not with a significant other. Now, I always say this when I was younger. I had a one and done rule. I ain't give second chances. So I think I probably gave a few dudes some a BDR because if my friends knew I didn't see the guy again, they automatically knew it was probably because of that.
funny because I literally just watched this Instagram reel. There's this guy. His first name is Malik. I don't know his last name, but he's one of those Instagram comedians, and his sketches are usually talking about dating, him and some chick, and then he always goes back to his woman afterwards at the end of the skit. You know what I'm talking about, right? And
Hmm.
literally, he was with this chick, and he hit, and you could tell by her face she was like wasn't feeling it, and she ghosted him. And then they ran into each other at the gas station, and she basically was like, "Look, that wasn't it. That just wasn't it." I think for guys, I would say that you got a pretty good idea whether this is a woman that you are considering being with or not. So you
Hmm.
know when to share and when not to share. If it's somebody that's casual, then when you're talking to, and not all your homeboys, because you can't tell all your homeboys, but you got that one person that you confide in, then he'd be like, yeah, bro, like, it went down like this. Um, but you normally have an idea, because like, the old saying, how do you know when she's the one? And
Hmm.
I'll tell you, like, you just know. You just know. So you like, nah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we hung out, we did it, but you ain't gonna tell like the grimy details and stuff, like it would be somebody that was just straight casual,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But because folks crazy out here, and somebody might try to backdoor you. I had he wasn't a cousin, but he was like, he was family, but he wasn't a cousin. So he was like it's hard to explain, but he was tight.
Hmm.
He was associated to my family. And he actually got asked from another chick because the chick that he was smashing was bragging so much about how good it was. So the other chick said, "Hey, she kept talking about how good you was. I want some of that too." And I know that's like a lot of reasons why a lot of people like I'm not sharing who I'm messing with because I don't want no drama and I don't want no chicks trying to backdoor what I got.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. Like I said, unless you're in the lifestyle, and I've talked about dibbling and dabbling in that, I wouldn't. Like I said, I don't usually share what goes on with me and the person I'm with, unless, like I said, I'm talking about specific acts. I never talk about whether it's good or bad.
So are you one of those people that doesn't post your significant other on their social media?
I have never. No,
What?
that I've never, and that doesn't mean that if that they've been secret. It's just I'm a private person when it comes to my current situations. Like I talk about past relations, I talk about past situations, past relationships all the time. But current stuff that I'm currently in, I just don't talk about it. But like I said, it's not that it's a secret because I did have one ex, and I mean this is when Facebook was popping. I know the young people say it's for us older people, but it is what it is. This is when Facebook was really popping. We were in groups together. We commented on each other's stuff all the time, and people knew, but I just never posted him. I think I had one picture of him on my page, and that was only because he was my date to my father's wedding. That was it.
So is it what are you trying to keep private? Like what are you trying to prevent other people from having access to?
Just getting in my business, asking me, getting in my business when I haven't invited you into it. And that's what pretty much that when you post your business on social media, you're giving people the option to comment on it, to post, to talk about their opinions about what's going on. So well,
But if
this
you
is
just show
stopping.
yourself out with this person and it's like this is the person I'm dating, what business other than them saying that okay, she's with him, what business are they knowing though?
It's not even about them knowing it. People just feel like they can get in your business if you put your business out there. So I give you a reason why I stopped. So this was back when, again, Facebook. This was back when Facebook first started giving you all these options to post on your page. And one of the things was your relationship status.
Mhm.
So we posted each other, we're in a relationship with, and you have to tag, you have to ask permission to tag that person and say y'all in a relationship. I don't know if it's the same way because again, I don't use it. But
I
then
don't know because I'm not about to use this shit.
right. So the more, as the years grew on, people were talking about privacy stuff with Facebook. So I made it so that none of my information was shared on Facebook. But Facebook took it as, and again, this is when Facebook first started giving notifications of this person did this on Facebook. Facebook says, I didn't notice until he's my ex now, but I didn't notice until his friends started hitting them up. Facebook says Shantae or Tay broke up with him.
Damn.
Yes, and look, I didn't choose not in a relationship. I just chose not to have it shown on my page. But this is how Facebook worded it. Tay broke up with such and such. So then his friends calling him, what you do to her? My friends on the post, you can get somebody better. You don't need,
Oh
look,
no.
most of them didn't even know him, but that's what they were saying. So what do you mean? What do you mean? First of all, how do you know it wasn't, if we had broken up, how do you know it wasn't my fault? Why is it automatically his fault? Around the same time, I had a friend, a guy friend, and he had broken up with his girlfriend. So, but the comments under his post were, "What you do to her? you need to go and apologize." People don't even know the situation, but they feel like they can comment because you put your stuff out there. And This is another reason why I stopped. I know I got all these reasons. This is another reason why I stopped. I had a friend years ago, and he was a serial monogamous. He was a what you call it, a hopeless romantic. So every other year he was engaged to somebody new. And he always posted these people. And it was like after the sixth person, why are you still posting all these people? So I just didn't want any of those comments. I didn't want any of that. So yeah, I don't post. I don't post. I've always said if I ever post somebody, it'll be somebody who changed my last name. If that ain't happening, you ain't getting posted.
I'll tell you this, man. I hear everything you say. Uh, I always look at people that say they don't post their significant other on social media with a side eye because there's a significant portion of that community, the people who don't post their significant other. Reason why they're doing so because they got hoes. And they don't want it out there like that. Trust me, I know. They listen like, nah, I don't want to be on social media like that. You know, if it is, you'll see like it'll just be them. It might be a picture of them on vacation, whatever. They got a social media to be nosy, right? And to slide in the inboxes. But the less you share, the less you have to defend.
I
So that's so to me, and that goes for men and women. And well, so when people say, I don't want people in my business, first of all, who the fuck is you? Anybody really worry about your goddamn business like that? Like, seriously. Seriously. Now, I can see when there's something juicy and, gossipy, like, oh, Shantae broke up with Tay broke up with such and such. That's your fault because you said it earlier.
I know.
Hey, broke up with such and such, but you can share that you're in a relationship with somebody without telling your business. Like
Hey,
when when I went through my divorce, and it's funny because like people make memes about it. You can generally tell when the relationship is fading when they start changing the profile pictures,
mm-hmm.
see the kids or them and the kids, or on vacation and they posting these reflective ass poems and shit like that. Like you can tell, and if you're an observant person like me, especially if she fine, you like there's a meme where it's like Gary Coleman looking all sad. He was like, I noticed you're not posting pictures of your boyfriend anymore. I'm gonna slide in your DM like that.
Or you nosy like me. I've noticed family members who have gotten divorced, friends who have gotten divorced, people just social media associates who've gotten divorced or broke up because you can tell by the post. Or not only the pictures, but also, people start doing subliminals. The posts or they'll post subliminal memes
Yeah,
or their
yeah.
messages or whatever.
I'm working on me, shit like that, yeah,
Yeah.
that type of stuff. But I don't know. I would find it suspicious. Yes, that's my word. I would find it suspicious if we were together. Like if we talking about like moving in one another or something, like to me, I'm gonna let it be known this my queen, right? And I would appreciate it if you did the same. Now, after that, stay off my page. You go play with your friends, I'll play with my friends on social media. But if we together, yeah, I need to know. And then, honestly, it can be like a safety thing too.
Mhm.
I saw on social media where this chick, she was posting the ring camera footage. Like she was saving the ring camera and it was showing her and this dude. And like he was showing up and hindsight 2020. So I don't blame her. But when she was posting the videos, I was like, oh shit, he loved bombing the shit out of her. Showing up with all kind of balloons and bears, like on multiple occasions, like really like laying it on thick. And then when she posted it, a lot of people on social media was like, oh no, he got like, child molestation accusations or some shit like that, and some other, sketchy stuff on his background. So she called it off on him. And the next thing you know, she's showing the Ring camera, and this dude trying to kick down her door and all that.
Mm.
Imagine had she not posted him, then she'd have been in too deep and she'd be dealing with the craziness.
I mean, that's a good point. But I also still believe private until public. And that doesn't mean secret. Now, when it comes to secretive, I agree with you. There are people who use that and because they want to do their dirty deeds. I get that. But there are people who just don't post it on social media, but their family knows this person, their friends know this person. If people ask, which is another reason, because just because you post somebody, just because you wear a red wedding ring, doesn't mean you won't do the dirty deeds. So I just think it comes down to a personal integrity. Whether when somebody asks you, "Are you in a relationship?" Yes, I'm in a relationship. So I just don't think posting somebody is significant. Not to It's not to me
So
unless I'm married.
so then okay, so say you married
Hmm.
and your significant other doesn't post you. You say, hey, it's not my thing. Would that bother you?
Depends on how he uses social media. Depends on what else he posts. If he's posting all of his business except me, then yeah, I have a problem with that. If he just doesn't post about his business, he doesn't post his kids, he doesn't do that, any of that, then it wouldn't bother.
Hmm. I had a girl post me and then I ain't post her back. And I think that was some problems. I don't know. Like, and we was in there too, right? We was in there and we did some old cheesy shit because like we was long distance. So, we were I was at we both like Red Lobster.
Hmm.
She went to the Red Lobster in her city. I went to Red Lobster, close to me. And we would, FaceTime, had a day. It was cool. It was a cool thing. And she posted us and then I didn't. And kind of felt bad about it. And I was wondering if she was going to like say something about it, but she never did.
Okay.
Yeah. And looking back at it, I wondered like, why didn't I post her? And I knew why I didn't post her because, even though we had that, we were doing the non-monogamy thing, even still, those old habits, I was like, nah, I better not do it. Not because she would have minded, but maybe some of the other people that knew about it, but I just didn't want to upset any apple carts at all. So that's why I say most of the time when people be like, I'm private. What did you say? Private until
Private
public,
until public. I
private
mean,
until
private until
public,
permanent. Yeah.
private until permanent, private until public, whatever. Like your ass hiding something.
Not everybody, but okay. I get you. I get you.
Okay. Yeah, I
But
feel
what if you are in a secret relationship? How do you handle that when it comes to social media? Or do you at all?
uh, it ain't no deal breaker for me. It's not a deal breaker because like if it's that important for like to be posted, like it's sketch if you don't. I don't think you have to post me all the time, right? Like I said, you live your life, I live mine. But if like we out at like a significant, at a wedding or some event, we both looking nice, we looking sharp or whatever, and you posting all the pictures, you posting your food, you posting the wedding cake, you posting all this old shit, but then you don't post me, then that's when I'm kind of like, okay. But it's not mandatory that you post me every other week or what have you. That's just not how I get down. So, but if they were keeping me secret, like, but how do you know they're keeping you secret? Like just because they're not
They don't
posting.
post you. Yeah.
But is that the same as being private?
Um, I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Okay. And it depends on the level of the relationship. I probably wouldn't care.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't care. So Ron says, I agree with Tay on the privacy aspect. Private doesn't mean secret. Y'all sound like some shade tree Negroes, in my opinion. Private,
Whatever.
private doesn't.
No, because like I said,
So, nah, I don't.
in my one relationship that people on social media would have even known about, we were in Facebook groups together. People knew us as Tay and him. They didn't know us, separately. They knew us as a couple. So it wasn't. So again, like I said, my family knew about him. All my friends knew about him. I mean, we was together for years. So it's just I just didn't post him on social media.
Okay, so what if you get with a guy, y'all click on every level? This ain't the would you or wouldn't you, but this just came up. You get with a guy, y'all check every box. Everything is good. But he's like, hey, look, I don't think there should be any secrets between us. I think we both need to just have one Facebook account. And it could be Tay and Malik. I just made up a name. Tay and Malik on Facebook. And we share a Facebook account because there's no secrets. Anybody that messages you, they're messaging me. And my friends are your friends and vice versa. Would you do it?
Um, I wouldn't have a problem with that, but I would wonder why he was doing it. Because most of the people I know who have done that, there has been some kind of infidelity.
Some kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Some kind of bullshit.
Like I even knew a couple and I knew them in a certain situation. So I thought, they just had this combined Facebook account for certain activities. And I found out later everything wasn't
Like that.
wasn't what it seemed to me. But
And it's weird when they have like joint Facebook accounts because like one time it was this chick, I don't even think they own Facebook anymore, but like she was like very argumentative about stuff. That's back, like you said, Facebook was popping and before you had groups, so people were just going back and forth. And then one day she was just posting like out the blue, like Kobe Bryant sucks and all this old shit. And like people who knew was like, what? What are you talking about? And then she came on and was like, that's not me commenting, that's my husband. And I was just like, you know what? This is some old catfish, weirdo shit. I don't want nothing to do with it. But
yeah.
I've seen a couple of people and normally if they're commenting, they'll put like their name afterwards so that you know who is commenting.
Hmm.
That's weird, but
Yeah.
it's that's weird, but it's still very weird to have a joint Facebook account.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. 'Cause, like, what if what if you like in a fraternity or sorority or some shit? You know what I'm saying? You can't join no groups.
No, you can't. It's the no. Not not with a combined
There'd be
account.
there'd be the people that fucking renounce, denounce. Nah, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. All right, so I got a would you or wouldn't you?
Okay.
Okay, you ready for it?
Hmm.
We talked about your partners doing different things and feedback you're getting and people snooping, people cheating, joint Facebook accounts, all that stuff. But what if you found out that your partner cheated, but it was only emotionally? They never physically did the deal. Would it hit the same and would you leave?
It definitely would hit the same for me. And probably because I'm not someone who gets vulnerable with a lot of people. Like there are very, very few people that I'm vulnerable with. So I take other people's vulnerability seriously. So if you're giving that to someone else, I have an issue. Like I've talked about being in the lifestyle. I can share physically, but once that heart gets shared, yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. So would I leave?
You can't leave for the emotional cheating.
Yes, you can.
What?
Yes, yes, you can.
But how?
To
So
me, cheating is cheating.
okay, let's define emotional cheating. Is it like y'all are sharing all kind of intimate things and I love you or what have you, but y'all just ain't never like had sex? Is that what consists of emotional cheating? Is it I love you and or is it just like you sharing and giving them more than they should because they're not your partner?
I think it's all of that. But I mean, that's why I kind of hesitate because some of that could be worked out with just learning to communicate with your partner or maybe therapy. Um, I think it may be easier. I hate to say that. It might be easier to get over than the physical cheating, but I think it still take a lot of work. And with me, again, I don't trust easily. So if that's broken in any way, I have a hard time reconciling with that type of stuff.
Okay. Uh, I think for me, if it's cheating, if it's just emotional cheating, I said in the past before, I'm probably not gonna leave if you cheated me one time because I done did enough dirt in my life that you know it's gonna be problematic. But I probably had that one coming, a few times. So hopefully my next boo thing don't watch this show because she could be like, okay, well I got one. So no, but
You're gonna be
um,
like, who is that young Miami? Says she gives somebody four cheats.
I can't give you four cheats.
Right.
I can't give you four. I can't give you four. I give you one in a possible. One in a possible because anyway. Um, I mean, if you were, I don't have the capacity to be like real loving in a romantic way with more than one people and not feel like I'm holding back on them. So that's
Hmm.
why I say I'm not poly. I'm just, into non-monogamy. Um, so if you were giving that and then I felt slighted in some sort of way, then it probably would hurt way more than, you taking the dick.
Hmm.
Um, I would have to say it wouldn't be the cheating. It would be like, okay, something about us isn't working. And that's why we probably need to go ahead, this, go our separate ways.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm I would say if I was married, it wouldn't be an excuse to just leave unless it continued.
What's more hurtful to you, physical or the emotional cheating?
Emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, both would hurt because again, I'm someone who likes transparency. So just tell me what it is. So like if you physically feel you got to go out and get your needs met, we both gonna be doing it. But just let me know. I can deal with that. But again, I'm not sharing nobody's heart. So,
Yeah, I think the emotional definitely is more painful. The the physical just pisses you off.
mhm.
Like, motherfucker, you think I'm stupid. That's what really bothers me. I can get over the whole. Now, if you suck the dick, I probably would, have an issue with it. You know what? Trying to think would be worse if she sucked the dick or if she let him hit it raw.
This day and age, doesn't that usually come with it? I don't think I know too many people who don't combine that into the act.
What, like if they get some head, they gonna hit it raw?
No, not hitting it raw. I'm just saying usually oral sex is usually in conjunction with the
Yeah,
intimacy
yeah, yeah, yeah,
intercourse.
yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
think what would be wrong if you let him hit it raw. Like if he was up
Oh, okay. Okay.
raw, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm just like, yeah, you got me fucked up. That's this, you angry, but if she out here emotionally cheating and talking to somebody, that's that hurt. That's that hurt. I had a situation where, you know, I could tell I was losing her. So I try to, hey, what's going on? I feel like, and it was like, well, I have been talking to somebody else. And it's like, oh, okay. And you feel like, damn, how long this been going on? And then I can't even fight back because clearly you just feeling him more. That should have wound you.
Mhm.
That should have wound you. But if she just went out and, got some dick, whatever, we get over that eventually. We get over that. If okay, so what if he cheated and you gave him a pat? Is there a part that's too much? Like if he like, hey, I ate a booty and all that type of shit. Like, is that where's the line for you?
I don't know. I don't
To
know.
me, it's raw, man. If you did the motherfucker hit raw, you done. Cause you
Cheating is
Cause
cheating.
you
I
ain't
don't.
giving
There's no
shit.
line
You
for
ain't
me.
giving shit about me. You ain't giving shit about getting knocked up. You ain't care about no potential diseases. Like, nah, you really just didn't care nothing about me if y'all didn't use protection.
Cheating is cheating. There's no line for me. There's no you did this act, so that's worse than this act. No, it's cheating is cheating.
As long as it don't go in, right?
Say that again?
It's not it's not as long as you don't penetrate, it's not cheating.
No, I didn't say that.
I used to say that back in the day. That's how I would rationalize my shit. Like I didn't put my dick in there, so technically it wasn't cheating.
Anything I bought, this has been my rule. Anything that you can't, that the guy cannot, or woman, anything you can't tell your significant other, I feel is cheating. Because I feel like you should, that's just me because I love honesty. I like transparency. So I you should be able to tell me. If you can't tell me, I feel like it's cheating. Because usually people don't tell because they doing some dirt.
Mhm. So Ron said sometimes emotional cheating can be worse because that person has opened up intrinsically.
Yeah.
I hate to say this because Ron's in another fraternity, but I don't know what that intrinsically SAT word means. So, but I feel you though, man. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Marv said it should be okay to eat a booty. Now, listen, everybody has their limitations, and that's one of mine. I don't eat the groceries. Why you frown like that, Tay?
I don't got nothing to do with what you do. That's
Yeah, don't yuck my yum. So anyway, I think we talked about it enough. Tay, tell them where they can find us.
You can find us at ConVersate After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at cvadthepodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you like this video, share it, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
That's right. Go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. Check out our past episodes. Catch you next time. Peace.
Bye.